Yeah. Welcome back to the Wrinkled podcast, folks. Episode 38.
What a great start, man.
Yeah, it's a good day, as you can see. It's the 1st of June.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost halfway through the year. Dude, that's crazy. I swear. You grow up and things just...
Time flies, man.
You know what was weird? We had Monday off. Well, most of us. And the week seemed to go by slower.
Yes.
Like Thursday felt like a Friday, and then Friday came around, and I'm like, what is going on here? It was weird.
Yeah. Because I took Thursday off.
Okay.
Because I didn't have Monday off. So.
Oh my God. Coffee, dude. We went to IKEA this morning. Last night, she's like, we got to go pick up this IKEA piece between 10 and 11. I'm like, ah. Then I found out they have breakfast. So I'm like, oh, I've never had IKEA breakfast. We get there. We missed the breakfast by like 20 minutes. It was a big sad moment. Because I mean, we've talked about this. I prefer breakfast food like any day of the week.
Yep. Breakfast, brunch, burner.
Yep.
Can't be beat.
That's right. Dessert.
Hey, we'll work on it.
You could make some French toast and put like some like cookies and cream ice cream on top.
Ugh. Yeah, that sounds fucking awful.
Maybe a little whipped cream.
Yeah. I don't. You know how I feel about French toast. This shit is subpar.
Listen, that's yeah. We won't get into that, but
I know that's a crazy take, but I know a lot of people will agree with me as well. So
I've never met anyone other than you who says that French toast isn't.
I've met a good amount of I've met a good amount of people.
Really?
Because here's the thing: it's not that I don't dislike French toast. Maybe a little bit, maybe like 2%, right? But it's just that I love pancakes and waffles so much more. You know what I'm saying? It's like rice. It's like it's a vehicle for any type of whatever you want to put on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. But
you can make crepes
the same way.
No, but French toast, like I've never had savory French toast. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's always been like powdered sugar, fruit. You know, if you're doing like a little bit of cinnamon in the wash, you know, the soak, it's like okay, maybe a little different. You know.
See, in that conversation, I don't include crepes though. I'm talking strictly pancakes, waffles. And
I'm just saying you could make like a thinner pancake and have like a savory like taco or whatever the hell.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's like the potato. You can do so much with a potato.
Dude, potatoes are goated with the sauce, man.
Yeah. I get it.
It's something that doesn't get enough love, fucking sweet potatoes, man.
Dude, sweet potato fries, I love them so much.
Yeah, they're again another underrated what is it called? Tuber. That's what they call like that type of vegetable, like a potato or like a yam, or it's like a tuber, I think.
No, that's corn. Starch? Yeah, starch.
Right? Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
A tuber?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a usually a long cylindrical object.
It's like the vegetables that want to try to be vegetables, but they're kind of not. Like nobody thinks potato when they think vegetable. It's like broccoli, carrots.
Yeah. So, dictionary definition: a much thickened underground part of the stem or rhizome, e.g., in the potato, serving as a food reserve and bearing buds from which new plants arise. That's like the little bits that come off.
Interesting.
You know, like if you ever leave potatoes and they kind of grow that like
that little stem,
hard knuckle.
Hey man,
four nuts deep on that tato.
You want to draw me a picture?
Yeah, I'll give you a reference afterward.
Subscribe to the Patreon down below.
It's gonna be like Cold Ones, man. We just go see Chad's dick.
Hey, that's gonna be where we put the gaming stuff, the unfiltered.
Oh God,
it's just gonna be in the Patreon. We're gonna be 6 shots deep in Baldur's Gate or Destiny, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay.
Oh shit, dude. Speaking of
Destiny 2, so both of us are lifelong Destiny players, but I took a big break after Witch Queen.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I haven't played a full raid, just probably 6 years, 7 years, just because it's tough to coordinate, 6 people, especially towards the beginning when you're not
anymore, man.
Well, that's true, because now they have like the matchmaking. They have isn't there like an app or like a Discord or a Reddit or something?
There's a ton of Discords for I have one. There's a couple. Some on the actual Destiny subreddit have Discord for LFG. There's an in-game LFG finder now that you can look for people who never done it. Look for people who are experienced and you want to get a quick run in.
That's
Like the
really
one we
cool.
did yesterday. We did a Crota run.
Mhm.
That took us like 3 hours. But the only people who have done it considerably enough to remember every single thing were two of us. So
Okay.
essentially, we were teaching four other people how to do the raid.
That's not bad.
You
3 hours with
No,
4 newbies.
no.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we could have cut that immediately, but we did the first two encounters with 5 people,
Okay.
which the first encounter could easily be done with 5 people. The second
Mhm.
encounter, it needs a lot of strategy. And like the thing is, nobody can die because if somebody dies, then that fucks up the whole rotation.
Yeah.
With 6 people, you could die. As many people can die, whatever. With 5 people, there's a lot of running and like surviving you got to do. So
Yeah, I haven't done Crota in a long time. I believe I attempted that.
I mean, that's a
To do it.
classic. We did that all the time in
That was
D1.
that was one of the first ones, right?
That was the one after the first raid, after Vault of Glass.
Okay, yeah. Oh, dude, Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
I God, I remember how hard that was when it first came out.
Oh,
And then
absolutely.
2 or 3 raids deep, like after that one, you'd go back and solo the final phase, just like, Galahorns and then the Titan bubble. Like,
Hmm
oh man.
I remember when Sleeper Simulant came out. That's like
Mhm.
that heavy, like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, dude. And you could get the crispy one phase on Atheon if you were fast enough, and that was insane back then because we had good weapons that did decent amount of damage, but to get like an easy one phase, you could get in one phase, but it'd be tight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
had to
it
have
would take.
either like the Galahorn or
Yes.
it sounds like Sleeper Simulant.
Yeah. Because with Galahorn, you couldn't even. I don't even think you could get the one phase with Galahorn until Solar Titan came, and then you had that ability where you could debuff an enemy. It was like a 35% debuff on
Damn.
them. Yeah.
Damn, dude. It's
So
so oh man. Anyway, I'm back into it now.
my
Playing
man's
through
back in.
Yeah, I'm playing through Lightfall. Okay, this is what I was gonna say. Have they adjusted the campaign? Because this is the first campaign I've played through, like the campaign missions, where I'm struggling. Like
Are
I'm
you playing
routinely
Legendary?
yeah. But the
Okay,
level
so
cap was at
there's
1620.
yeah. So here's two things about that, right? Legendary is initially harder. More
Mhm.
enemy spawns. Enemies are usually a tier above their base spawn. So like a regular yellow bar might be an orange bar now, or a regular red bar might be an orange bar, and a regular yellow bar might be like a mini boss, or like
Interesting.
they started dropping the tormentors in some of these missions.
Mhm.
And also inherently the planet that you're on, that you're doing the campaigns on, Neptune, it
Mhm.
is a little more difficult in general because when that came out, they made it so that planet was like a little bit harder to fight on, because that was
Okay.
kind of the whole goal. You're kind of fighting off an invasion, they're sending a lot of enemies at you. But now that we've kind of finished everything and the raid is done, they should have went back and readjusted the difficulty of the area in general. But playing on Legendary is already like an inhibitor.
Yeah. It
So
was just surprising. Like there was one God, what was it? That Tormentor took me like 3 or 4 tries.
yeah.
Not because of the Tormentor, but because of that starting area. I just had to figure out like what type to use, like arc or solar or
Yeah.
whatnot. And then there was one where you had to activate 2 pads and then grab the 2 balls and take them back to
Oh, yeah,
overload
yeah.
the what is it, the radial diet or
Yeah.
dial or whatever. And I just kept dying. I'm like, okay, this is the campaign. Why is this? It's never been like this.
Well, they brought the Legendary campaign to Witch Queen first, and that was a major success. Like, it had like one of the highest completion rates of out of the two, I think. So out of regular mode to Legendary mode, because people wanted the rewards. People, because it gives you more. It gives you more stuff for like upgrading, better armor pieces.
Mhm.
Once you finish, you get the choice of an exotic from that season. So for warlocks, I think it's the strand boots, I think,
Mhm.
or one of the other ones.
Yeah.
Um, or and you get like some upgrade materials and stuff, and then you get like an emblem. So obviously,
Yeah.
most people would prefer to run the legendary campaign because it's usually not that much more difficult. But the way they tuned the main planet, and then the way the legendary campaign is for this one, just kind of the enemy density alone, is kind of makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah,
So
that's just the volume of enemies. And it wasn't even that too. It's the like I would be struggling on non-bosses. Like they'd
yes,
spawn I don't know what they're called. Oh, the wyverns, the things that kind of look like
Oh,
ostriches.
those things are just fucking assholes in general, man. So
Dude, one of those spawned, and I had to clear all the ads and then like run like COD zombie trains around obstacles and get a few shots
yeah,
in and keep running. I'm like, dude, why is this taking so long? But I didn't even process like, oh yeah, it's the legendary campaign because all of them
yeah,
were the red bars
man,
where
you
it
make me
doesn't
want to
show
play
the
that
look.
shit again now.
Hey man, you can hop in with me.
I just might have to. I know. I think I said I was gonna play Horizon today, but I
Yeah.
think I'll play some Destiny. That sounds a little bit more fun right now.
Yeah.
Get
We
you
can
get
do
you
a
set
little
up with
bit.
a nice build and
Yeah.
get you some
I think I
armor.
need to go unlock more stasis abilities because I don't have many.
Well, luckily that's becoming free or is free now, and they made it way easier. You just got to do the main quest to get like your big, like your game changing
Mhm.
abilities, and then everything else after that, your smaller pieces, they all just give it to you. You just got to buy them with Glimmer. So,
I thought I did the main quest, so
well, you probably did the main quest, but there's a bunch of side quests to unlock like your different. There's like
okay.
different grenade types and different, whatever the
Gotcha.
hell and all that fancy garbage. I can't forget they call them aspects or whatever, but they
Oh,
change up like your gameplay. Like, oh, you might be able to break shards faster, and or
yeah.
this one might allow you to freeze enemies faster. Something like that.
Yeah. I'm stoked. Man, it's just I don't know why it took me so long to hop back in. I think maybe it's because I felt so behind.
It's
Like
daunting. It really
it
is.
dude, hopping back in, there's so much there now. There's
You know, I
so much content there, and I'm like, holy shit. So I went and watched oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I've only been I took like because I played it so much when I was off those couple months last year, and every now and then we'd hop in or whatever. But I haven't played for like 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been playing the last like month or so, and it was like it is a lot. But somebody for me who's like I know how this game works and how the systems work and whatnot. So I just came right back in, updated some builds, unlocked some of the artifact fragments on the artifact, and then just kept playing like normal, like nothing changed. So
Yeah, it is a very once you have like the right gear or you're using like the right like super type,
mhm.
the core gameplay is still tight. Like
Yes,
that's some again, that might be why it's so much fun to just hop back in because everything feels so good.
yeah, like you play a lot of shooters, you play a lot of different games, and like usually, like when something is like good. You know what I'm saying? Like people love the systems for Destiny because, like you said, it's so cohesive and it just feels right, and you're shooting and you're meleeing, and you know yeah, build variety is a little lackluster, just depending on how you want to do it. Because I think every build is viable at some point, but obviously some stuff just dominates the meta. Um, and
Yeah,
I understand that.
I experienced because I already know um Dawn of Dawnblade. That doesn't sound Sunblade. Dawnblade? Yeah,
Well,
Dawnblade.
yeah, Dawnblade is the one where you fly in the air and
Oh, the Well of
like,
Radiance.
yeah,
I know it already got nerfed a while back, and I felt it yesterday. There was a time where I could put that down and like nothing short of a raid boss continuously hitting you out of it would hurt you.
yes,
Now I put it down and like these legendary enemies, if there were enough there, they would kill me. And I
yeah,
just felt that like, oh, okay, this
because
isn't as OP as it used to be.
yeah, inherently the damage is higher with those guys, and also Well of Radiance is affected by your resilience stat on your class, so it'll survive longer. It doesn't do anything for you healing wise or give you more damage reduction, but that's why usually people prefer if you're running Well or Void Titan with Bubble, you usually want max resilience because that gives you the most amount of like damage reductions and kind of like health at the same time, because it'll
It's
take longer to break the well, it'll take longer to break the bubble.
the
So,
I've gotten through a couple of missions where you use the strand, and I'm like,
oh,
oh, this is
great.
fun. It's
It's
cool.
it's such an like I was playing it when we did the raid last night just for like some ad clear. I was
Mhm.
like, dude, I forget how much fun this is. Like, I have an exotic from one of the dungeons. That's a strand like trace rifle,
Mhm.
and it has like all the effects on it. So if you shoot an enemy, it'll like unravel them and it'll give you like protection. Just use that, constantly keep my protection buff going, use my melee, keep throwing it out, getting those strand bubbles, throwing those down, getting like a spinning strand ball that like takes enemies out like crazy. It's like, oh God.
I love the melee because
It's so
it
satisfying.
goes so far. It's throwing those like knives, and I'm like, yes, and they're homing.
Yeah.
Oh Man,
Oh, that's right, because you're playing more like, yeah, you get a pretty sick super too, man. There's
it's like a
needle,
homing
thread.
missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been a while. I remember we did the first mission back then before I actually
Yeah.
had the DLC, and
I remember.
got to use it a little bit, but I didn't remember it. And so hopping back in, it's been like, oh, this is sweet. Like, yeah. So that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I really hope they. I know they're gonna stop making Destiny content.
I mean,
I hope they
I don't.
do a Destiny 3. I don't care. People will.
That's what the leaks have been saying. There's been
Yeah,
some
I
leaks
hope
coming
so.
out. These are not necessarily 100% credible, but there's been some leaks from some credible leakers, you know, that have kind of been consistent with some of the leaks we've had in the past. Some things changed, some things not.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude, that's what they're saying.
I
It's
hope so.
been it's been in development since right before Witch Queen, but it has had a small team because everyone's working on the DLCs and all that stuff. So once this ships and we kind of hit the midpoint of the season and the game or whatever, I think they'll start going back to Destiny 3 to work on that. But I'm just
I
imagining that now, what that could look and feel like.
I really hope so. I don't think they need to tweak anything with the core gunplay. I think they've got
No.
that down. I even like the bow, the sword, all of that. It feels great. So I feel like it's just like the story, different
Yeah,
power.
I
I think
think
it'd
that's
be
something that Destiny does well more than other games is that every weapon, and usually every weapon type feels viable, you know,
Mhm.
because maybe some specific frames might not feel well, like, oh, rapid fire scouts versus adaptive frame shotguns or whatever. It's like maybe those aren't like the best, but you can still use them. You just might not
Yeah.
be like crazy effective with it.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope so. Because they're one of the few games as a service games. 10 years? Like 10
I
years?
know Warframe is getting either 10 years this year or 10 years next year, I think.
Yeah, like there's very few, and now they're both free, which Destiny 2
Yes.
going free was a huge move for them, and I think that
Hmm.
helped. But man, if they could just do that again, but make it better, I think it'd be cool. Like, hey, Destiny 3, do it from the perspective of the other side, like the darkness or whatever. Like, what
Yeah.
would that look like?
I
Or
mean,
play as
that's the thing with this game is you've been away from for so long, but that's kind of what we've been doing. We're not
yeah.
getting 100% like
Oh, that's right. That's what
turning
stasis
to the
is.
evil, but
Yeah,
yeah, Stasis and Strand are both considered dark subclasses.
that's right.
Just because of what they tap into. You
Yeah,
know, Stasis is like this innate like. It's funny because I think the description of Stasis is that it's not even cold. It's just the absence of heat. Apparently,
yeah,
I was like, isn't that cold? It's like, well,
yeah.
in terms of like Destiny's like whatever. It's like, no, not really. You know, because Void is cold. That's the one that's like apparently like colder than Stasis. So
Hmm. Interesting.
yeah, it's a
But
lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of lore stuff has happened. Game's been great. The last 2 years of seasons have been phenomenal. I know this season this is a very long season. It was a 6-month season, but they had a lot of content. They added the like Gears Gears 3 like horde mode, waves of enemies you're defending, you're building up defenses. They added that. They added
oh, I
like a
did that.
yeah,
I did that where you can buy turrets and stuff. So I did
yes.
one of those. That was cool.
Yeah. There's a
That was
lot
a
of good
good one.
weapons in there from all the years of Destiny's history. Like I said, they've been killing it. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited for Final Shape. Cannot wait.
No, I
I've
wasn't
been
sure.
purposely avoiding everything. Just I
Oh,
don't know
you
anything
like
about the
spoilers?
subclasses. Well, that's what I was gonna get into. Uh, is apparently through the PS or the Sony's cloud streaming thing or whatever.
Hmm.
Final Shape got like pushed early,
I saw that.
and a lot of the story stuff leaked. A lot of the weapons leaked. A lot of uh, I think everything story wise. Like I haven't seen any of that. The only
Me
stuff that
neither.
I've been paying attention to is the official Destiny stuff from their streams or their announcements on their websites. I've avoided all of that. I've avoided all the spoilers. I've avoided all the I don't know anything about Prismatic. I just know you can use like Void, Arc, and Solar together on one subclass.
That's
I
what
know
I
there's
saw.
some other buffs and stuff like that. I've been avoiding everything because I just want to go in there as much as I can and just
Yeah.
like experience it like how I would for the first time. Like the first time I picked up Destiny, I remember logging in. you do that first mission or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, this game is amazing. Like
I
I
was
can't imagine.
just
And just
thinking about that.
yeah.
I don't know if you remember. So Destiny 1 had a free demo on the PlayStation Store.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the toilet last night, like in between, deaths. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, dude, I remember when this came out. I replayed that demo. I maxed out every class, and then I just went and did it again. Up until the game came out, and I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I remember that, and that's part of me was not going to get final shape. And then when I hopped back in and I started playing, I'm like, oh man, I have to.
It's so nostalgic, man.
It's so good, and it's so good still. It's not just nostalgia. It was great back then, and it's great right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, got it, man. And there's just so much. Yeah, I'm so stoked.
I can't wait.
So excited.
I'm super excited as well.
And that cutscene, you should have already gotten it, where Crow comes out and meets Cade. Yeah, dude. And you see the inside of the Traveler. I'm like, oh, this is great because we're gonna figure out what the Traveler is. So I'm totally like, do you have any?
There's a cutscene that you probably missed. That's probably the biggest reveal of what the Traveler is, who the Witness is, what the Veil is, what the Black Garden is. You missed a lot. That's what I'm saying.
I watched like a 40-minute synopsis of everything that happens up to the final shape. It gave like a brief summary.
Okay.
I guess it didn't go into.
Maybe not the seasonal stuff, except for some major stuff. But there's a really good cutscene that I'm gonna have to find and send it to you, because we learn who the Witness is and what the Traveler does. We've already got hints of it with the Fallen.
I know the Witness is like, he's like a culmination of some civilization.
Yes,
that's been trying to
so
fight
his race was the first race to ever encounter the Traveler, right? And then that's when the Golden Age happened. That's where they exploded and had crazy technological improvements and long lives, whatever. And once the Traveler saw that they had everything they needed, he left. And people thought,
betrayed.
Yeah, they felt like they abandoned him. And so it became this whole thing where essentially the rest of his race sacrificed themselves into him. So he is all of his people at once.
So he's like Piccolo. He absorbed all the Namek.
Yes, essentially,
Or Nail.
Yeah, Nail.
Yeah.
So it's this whole thing with that. He kept chasing him. That's why the Traveler kept landing on these places. Not necessarily to fight until he found out what the Witness is, but like, hey, I'm coming here to give you a Golden Age. So this can, not happen.
Right.
Because Destiny has a bunch of timelines and shit, and the Dark Timeline, Traveler, gets destroyed. Everything goes to shit. Zavala crashes from his spot in the tower to the Scarlet Keep on the moon using a thunder crash. So that's always fun.
Yeah. Damn, dude, did you watch that newest trailer for Final Shape?
No. Like I said, I've been avoiding. It's how I feel, because again, this is how I feel about movie trailers. I know that I want to watch the movie already.
Yeah.
I don't need a trailer to convince me again, because it's just going to give more spoilers.
I didn't watch the whole thing. But man, the start of the trailer where like, oh, the Witness is here. Oh my God. So cool, man.
Yeah, because that reveal at the end of Witch Queen was crazy as well. I remember just being like, who the fuck is that? Like, well, this is the first time I remember
that mission together.
Yeah.
I remember that.
This is like, dude, who the hell is this motherfucker? you know?
I love it too, because it's an enemy that, almost every enemy in Destiny, it's this big, scary, they've got some sort of magic or a curse, or they've got an army, whatever. This feels like a Thanos. Like, I am all knowing.
Yeah.
I am 10 steps ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like, I have this divine plan and nobody's going to stop me. And yeah, man. I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
Same.
Dude. So on the way to IKEA this morning, I don't know how we got on the topic, but she leans over and she's like, have you seen the Balenciaga duct tape bracelet? And I'm like, what? Okay, the big, like, tape that you use to tape up packing boxes?
Mm-hmm.
And it's on, like, the tool?
Yeah.
But it's just a big round, like clear tape. It's
Yeah.
that, and then it has their Balenciaga logo on it, and it's just that, and it's $2,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it like seven or I think the one I saw was like $700 or $800, but I
Dude.
know.
And then they have they have pants that look like they were thrown in a dumpster for a year
Yeah.
for like 1,800.
It's funny you brought this up because I wanted to talk about something I read and saw from the UK.
Okay.
It's a fashion brand over there. I cannot remember the name. It's a pair of jeans with a yellow stain on the front to make it look like you peed your pants.
Yes, I just looked at that one, Jorgen Sol or something, and yeah, it looks like it has a big pee stain right in the front.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
like, who?
Yep.
Who? Why? Why? Who?
I
I
or the Balenciaga trash bag.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what the
1,600.
fuck, man? Like, it feels like a joke at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It feels like I don't know how to put it. I'm probably gonna explain this wrong, but it's like when a rich person wants to pretend they're poor. You know what I'm saying? It's like cosplaying poor people. That's what it feels like.
Trying to be relatable,
Yeah.
but the wrong way.
I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this
Yeah.
for? Who's buying this shit? Just because it has Balenciaga on it? Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Like
I am Confucian.
You want to be relatable. Go to a red carpet, and when they ask you who you're wearing, you say Kohl's. Like that. Target. My whole outfit is from Target. Like,
listen, man, I got this off the clearance rack at JCPenney, man. I don't know what you want.
Like Ross.
Goodwill, JCPenney.
Yeah, like come on. I don't get it, man.
Listen, man, I wore Shaqs. All right, I wore Shaqs because I couldn't afford Nikes or Air Forces or anything else fancy like that.
See, shoes make a little more sense in terms of spending more, and that's something I'll spend a little more on is shoes, is because it's your feet, man. You don't take care of your feet,
yeah,
you're gonna be fucked up. So like running shoes, I'll drop like $140 on like a good pair of running shoes.
My old weightlifting shoes were that's the most expensive pair of shoes I ever bought. They're like $200.
Yeah, but like a t-shirt,
but they're specifically made, and yeah, I know.
Shorts.
The most I'll spend on a t-shirt is like, if it's a good t-shirt, like something I really like a brand, or like I like the design, like a Godzilla shirt or a Metal Gear Solid shirt or something like that, probably $40.
Yep.
That's max I'll spend on a shirt. And even then I'm questioning myself, like, do you want to spend, like there's going to be a, Santa Cruz skateboard company.
Yeah.
They're going to do a collaboration with Godzilla for their 70-year anniversary.
Oh, he's going to be skateboarding?
Yeah, well, I'm saving up money because they're going to be dropping some boards and some shirts. I would gladly spend for that. Because one, Santa Cruz is my favorite skateboard company. It's one of my favorite companies, actually. The fact that they're doing a collaboration with one of my favorite things of all time just makes it 1,000 times better. So I will spend money for a collaboration like that,
Yeah.
But if somebody walked up to me, said, hey, here's a trash bag with a red bee on it, I go, here's $8,000. No, I'm going to slap the shit out of you and fucking throw you out the house, man. Give you 5 across the dome piece and, send you on your way.
I don't get it, man. I can't imagine wearing $2,000. Like the most expensive thing I'd spend on is a suit, and you can go to Allen Edmonds and get a full like 3-piece for like $400.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do like lifetime tailoring. So
there we go.
The suit I wore to a wedding last year was $100 on Amazon. The entire 3 pieces. I
don't think I've ever had an outfit go over $200, man.
It's just
the shoes are the majority of that. Everything else is like, jeans. I got those on sale, like Levi's.com, like crazy discount, like $16.
Yep. Marshalls.
Yeah.
Old
6-pack of Black Gildans, man. It's $30. Bam, there we go.
That yellow mustard colored hoodie I have.
Oh yeah.
So I think I told you about it. We were driving on the freeway and I spilled my Dutch Bros like in my crotch. So the coffee got all over my pants.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
So I went and got it. Like it was there, and then it was really windy and cold out. So I'm like, dude, I'm kind of freezing. So I got a pair of jeans. They were like $20, and then that hoodie was $8 on the clearance rack.
The Steelers hoodie I wear, I got that for free. I want to bet.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like I said, man, I'm not a clothes guy. I'm not a fashion guy. The only thing I
Yeah.
will 100% agree on is no man should ever wear salmon shorts. You have to be a very specific type of man to wear salmon shorts. I'm not talking any type of sexual or whatever like that. I'm just saying that you have to be a very specific man to wear. You got to be the most manliest motherfucker to ever grace the planet to wear a pair of pink salmon shorts.
Interesting.
That's the only hot take. I see it too much.
You got to be C-bum.
Yes, you got to be shredded to the gills, man. That's it. You know, if you're not shredded, you just look like somebody, you know, took the top half of the skin of a hot dog and left the bottom part on. That's what it looks like when you wear salmon shorts. I can't. It's a hot take, man. I will say. I know salmon is like so you can wear pink. That's fine. Pink is like
specifically salmon.
Salmon to me, nah, you got to be the right dude. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
You got to look like you got wings on to be wearing salmon shorts. That's how big I want your lats to be. You know what I'm saying? They got to be all the way out here, man. Look like you ready to fly off. Like R. Kelly, I believe I can fly.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a pair of just like salmon shorts.
I see too many dudes wearing them, man.
There are a pair of swim trunks I want. They're bright blue with yellow rubber duckies on them.
Perfect.
Like, yeah.
Commit to the bit, man.
Yep. Give me that.
That's I still got my shark goggles from when I was a kid. So
oh hell yeah.
I use those occasionally because I don't like chlorine in my eye. So sue me.
I remember I used to get clowned on for wearing goggles. I'm like, I don't want my eyes to hurt. What are y'all smoking? Yeah. Like, huh?
People are weird, man.
Yeah, close your eyes underwater. I'm like, I want to see.
Yeah, kids always have this weird like gatekeeping mentality. Like, oh, if you do this, you're not cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, motherfucker, I don't want my eyeballs to look bright red. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, oh, you using sunscreen? It's like, yeah, I don't want to die.
Yeah, I prefer not to die. I know. Yeah, every time I look at myself with photos of me as a kid, I was just like super dark. I'm just like, oh boy. And now that's it's coming back a little bit.
Damn, that's the definition of half past a freckle, right?
This is me working grave shift for 6 years, and this is what I'm supposed to look like now.
Damn, man, I haven't been wearing my watches lately. I'm kind of.
I mean, I only have the one. I only have the smartwatch. You know.
Yeah, I know. I've got the smartwatch and then a nice fossil that she got me for my birthday. It's like engraved.
Dude, I wanted the Godzilla one, man.
Oh,
it was like $700 though, and I was like, I almost was ready to spend it. Ooh. You know,
see, even I still might. Tough. Like,
yeah, that is.
I like a good. I mean, even watches, man. Like the one she got me, I know it's like on sale. Also, they do some good sales, and I can't see it. The only thing I want that expensive, as I told her, you know, when we get married, this is the ring I want. The only reason it's a little pricey is because it's made out of meteorite. But even then, it's still under $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you dropping never buy me some expensive watch because I will not.
What's one of the ones that you can't cut off? Was that titanium or
tungsten?
It's like maybe it's like one of the ones that like if you wear it, you have to take the risk of losing your finger because they can't cut it off if something were to happen. That's the ring I want because that is the ultimate commitment, right?
That's
how much
true.
do you believe? How much do you believe in your marriage if you're wearing a ring that can't be cut off, and instead you'd rather say, "I'd rather lose my finger than lose the ring for my wife"? That's the ultimate commitment, man. Get one of those rings. She'll never doubt you. And then when you go out, just take it off. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
See, I don't want that one because for travel, I want to get one of those rubber band rings. And I already found some online. They're Star Wars, so there's like a Darth Vader one. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna rock overseas.
I'm gonna go to Middle Earth, talk to Celebrimbor, and he's gonna make me a ring. I'm gonna give it to my wife.
Yeah.
And on the inside, it's gonna be Elfish script. And it's just gonna turn into a Hobbit.
I'm gonna get one made in what is it? The place where Thor's hammer is made.
Oh,
Nidavellir? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Netherville. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna say Peter Dinklage.
uh,
Make me a ring.
that'd be crazy, man. How dense would that ring be if it was made of uru? You know, that's crazy. I want to know that now. I wonder if they wear. What if you could enchant it too? Like, what if you know? That's when you know how your wife cheated on you, or like she's not faithful to you no more, or some husbands too. I'm just saying.
Like you can't put it on, so that means something's
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
It like fights going on.
Dude,
That'd
tell
be
you, man.
crazy. Oh man, a lot of marriages would be shattered. Dude, some of these Reddit stories I see on TikTok, somebody will post like a Reddit story. I'm just like,
God, don't get me started on that shit, dude.
woo, damn.
My
Shit's
husband
crazy.
eats kids, but he's a good father to our kids. Should I leave him?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, babe, don't leave. It's hard to find a good man.
He's got a passion.
So, yeah. Oh, no, leave him. He eats kids. But he's like, but he's a good dad. You know, it's like, bruh, this man is eating children. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, the one I saw was like, oh, my boyfriend's, well, gonna get a little NSFW here for you guys. My boyfriend's penis smells. I still have sex with him. I still give him blowjobs every day, but I don't want to do it. I'm like, bruh, this is what you're saying to me. He is your choice for a partner. The man with the smelly penis. Literally the bare minimum a man could do is wash his body. And he can't even do that for you.
Like just tell him to go shower.
No, leave him. That's a man that you will be taking care of the rest of your life.
Yeah. Oh, that's my thing. Why is it just his dick that stinks? Because that's a problem. If he's showering, but he's just like, nah, I cover it up. I want that natural stank.
Or he doesn't even wash. He just like rubs it. He just wipes it down. No suds, no soap, no washcloth.
You gotta get up in there.
Yeah.
You gotta get the cradle side to side.
You gotta go like this. You know.
You gotta break out your tool and pry it open.
Yeah, it is. Give it a good scrub it up, duh.
Oh man, that's yikes.
I know. I'm like, this shit is. It's wild, man.
It's not that hard to.
No, because here's the thing: you're a normal human who bathes, cleans, says please and thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of the normal shit. You know, I don't see you posting on Twitter about like, you know, how Mexicans ruined America. And I'm like, yeah, he's an all right dude. You know, like that's the bare minimum now. Is like, what level of racist are you? You know, it's like that's how I establish my friend group.
Yeah, the bar for you know being a competent normal person is pretty low these days.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, it is insane. The lack of like, I've said it before, and I will continue to say it probably till I'm dead. So like 40.
Nah, I won't allow it.
There's a generation of individuals growing up that are showing no empathy, no accountability, no remorse. You know what I'm saying? These people are growing up. These are people who are going to vote. These are people who are going to run for office. These people who are going to run, you know, managerial positions. You know, I'm like, something's got to change, man.
Yeah.
You know, nobody can accept their fault. Nobody can, you know, say, hey, I fucked up. I did this. I did that. You know, everyone gets into fucking car accidents. They drive off. Everyone gets into, you know, whatever. They just leave, go home, do whatever, this, that. I'm like, bruh, stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked about this before to you. As soon as if you tell me something, you give me your word. If you maintain that, I can trust you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you do not, even if it's the smallest thing, because that just means that your word means nothing to you, and you will vouch for it with nothing on the line. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that.
That's all you have at the end of the day.
Exactly. You know it. If you said to me, hey, I need this from you, could you do it? And if I said yes and give you nothing else, you would believe me because I have always been a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? It is the most valuable piece of information you have. If you say you're going to do something and you get it done or you don't get it done, that determines who and how people will talk to you. You know, can he be trusted?
Yep.
It's okay to forget. It's okay to whatever. But when you say you're going to do it and you don't do it, that's how you know. I cannot trust a man who cannot give me his word.
And then if something happens and you fess up on your terms and you put it forward, then it shows like, oh, you know, shit went sideways, but they admitted it.
Yes.
So that's the redemption. Is all right. They owned it.
There is not one individual that has grown up that I could probably trust a word of.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? 20
Yeah.
years from now, this person's running for whatever. I can't trust them.
Yeah.
Because they grew up in a generation where it's okay to do that shit. It's okay to, I mean, to be fair, lying has always been a human thing, but I just feel like it's way worse, man. You know? Maybe
Yeah.
that's just me getting old. Maybe that's just my 30-year-old genes kicking in.
He's got that boomer brain.
Dude, it's fucking disintegrating as we speak, bro. Little bits that's fucking got Thanos snapped. This right quarter chunk of my brain just disintegrated off. Just,
I think people are super entitled these days too. Not everyone, but there's it's just, God, yeah, everything. It's not even, like Gen Z. It's just groups in all generations.
yeah, absolutely.
Everything is, should be given to me or should happen or I don't like this, so it should be changed. It's like,
now some stuff, statues of Confederate racists, yeah, I don't like that. They should be fucking gone. They traitors to this goddamn country. Fucking, black guy playing a samurai who was real, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That shit is crazy how much discourse that is.
Listen, man, I got a lot of theories on that shit. I don't want to 100% get into that right now, but I feel like a lot of people pretend black people don't exist, and a lot of people pretend that everyone has it as it is. They just want to keep up that facade, and you can pretend that you can achieve anything, do this, do that, because it's easier than accepting the truth. I mean, like, no, the system is rigged. The system is against you. It will always be rigged against you. You will be stuck in this life of mediocrity for the rest of your entire life. Do something better now, but don't fucking complain.
Right. That's the thing is, let's say everything that you say is true. Like, it's harder for me to do this. It's this, and this. If that's all true, cool, comma, what are you going to do about it?
Yes.
Because that's the only path. You can sit here and bitch for 20 years. That's not going to change your outcome. What is some action, regardless of if it's harder? Yeah, somebody's always going to have it harder. Somebody always has the advantage. Like, what, you're going to let that stop you from doing anything?
I think there's a lot of contempt for a lot of people, and instead of being just openly, let's just say racist or homophobic or whatever, you go online and you pretend that, like, your freedom is getting taken away and, oh, America's not what it used to be. I'm like, motherfucker, it's always been like this. It's just you're singing now because guess what? You're poor. And usually the most people affected negatively are poor people, and then obviously race plays a factor into that as well. But It's like, goddamn, dude. It's like if you could just see the other side for one moment, man, and be like, yeah, there's suffering like I am. Why are we suffering together? We could be fixing it.
Yeah. Well, who said that? It's hard to hate up close.
Yeah.
And it just means like when you truly learn about what somebody's going through or where they come from, it's hard to hate someone when you can see what their life has been like or what they're going through. Like if you truly know someone, it's not, oh, they're just a dick or an asshole. It's like, no, here's what happened. Here's what led to them being how they are. That doesn't excuse the behavior, but you can see and kind of understand how they ended up there. But that takes effort to try and do that, which it's easier to point the finger and say, oh, it's their fault.
Yeah. And it is, my thing is always the hypocrisy, like that airman that was shot in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. People are like, well, do you actually have a Second Amendment rights when you can open or, have a gun in your hand when you open the door to your home? Do you have Second Amendment rights? And everyone's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, that should be for everybody. Comments are like, well, he shouldn't have, didn't he hear the police, blah, 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 shouldn't have answered with a gun. Who does that? This and that and the whole other thing. And I'm like, when it happens to somebody who's a lighter skin tone, it's like, that's absurd. Cops should be sued. Cops should be whatever. It's like, there's always a question of like motive instead of like, no, this guy just fucked up. Like everyone likes to say we have rights and gun rights and especially gun rights, but when you can't answer the door in your own home with a weapon, do you have rights? because instead of somebody going, "Hey, let's put that away," you get shot.
Yeah.
Why do you think
Yeah.
cops are scared of guns so much?
Yeah. And that's the thing is, yeah. Oh, God. It's really shitty to think about, man. They're so, all these rights have a little asterisk next to them.
Always.
It's right
Always.
to, right to bear arms, especially in your own house. Asterisks. Unless there's an officer at your door and they feel threatened. And instead of trying to de-escalate.
Or an acorn falls on the top of a car and a cop unloads his entire magazine in random directions thinking he's being shot at.
Jeez, man. Yeah. That's, yeah. It's the problem with, it's not a problem, but it is a problem. The fact that humans are so flawed. A lot of these like hard lines in terms of like rights and laws and regulations and whatnot, they're so hard to enforce or to point and say, oh, well, this applies to everyone. It's like, yeah, but it's enforced by people who are emotional and stupid and irrational and have biases and motives. And it's like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah. You know what else is fucked up? That you're not subscribed. So go down there and subscribe right now.
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
And you can fix that right now.
Go down there and smash it. Tap it. Punch through your screen as long as you hit the subscribe button. But
we will not pay for any damages done according,
If you do not sense the sarcasm, that is on you.
Yeah, that you're under your own volition at this point.
That's right.
We are exempt.
And then go down there.
Now go. Never mind.
What do you think about Godzilla?
70 years, baby. Oh.
I will say waffles are better than pancakes. They're pancakes.
They're even
abs.
for me, man. It just depends on what I got. You know what I'm saying?
They hold the syrup. They hold the things.
Listen, understandable, right? But if I have an accoutrement with me, I got eggs, bacon, sausages, ham. I want pancakes. I don't want waffles. To me, waffles kind of exist as their own separate, like maybe with a sausage or two or a piece of bacon, right?
Dish.
Yeah, pancakes are, like I said, they're almost like a vehicle for like everything, so they kind of fit with everything. Whereas waffles are like, they have a lot of different texture, they're soft here, crunchy here,
Interesting.
Like to me, waffles are best when it's like one good piece of bacon and just a good waffle. You know what I'm saying? A little butter, a little syrup, we're done. If I'm getting all the extra bits, I might go for pancakes.
Part of me wants to get a big waffle like a Belgian with some eggs and some sausage and then just smush it and make like a big sandwich.
I mean, that's what they do, because the reason why they do that, because it holds the shape better.
Right.
So it's easier to stay as, when you're eating it or whatever. It's dangerous with the pancake. Taco. Yes, it's dangerous with the pancake, but that's why you cut a little bit, like you cut a little bacon. Like here's the best trick, man. I'm telling you. Pancake, butter, syrup, peppered bacon, right? With like that black pepper kind of crust.
Yeah.
Dude, cut off little bits as you're eating your pancake. Just eat it with that. Perfect. You get that like nice little kind of zing from that fresh pepper. You know what I'm saying? You get the sweet. You get the kind of creaminess with the butter. It just kind of, it evolves, man.
That sounds good. Oh, that sounds very good. Man, now I need to get a waffle maker, man. Because like I'll routinely make pancakes. I'll make it out of like protein powder. I've got some Fruity Pebble protein powder, so I'll make some pancakes. I'll add some blueberries.
I love the realization, man.
I don't know why lacking.
It's just, I need to get a waffle maker, man.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that damn that Ninja Creamy.
Creamy, yes.
Dude, I want one of those so bad. It was like, I know I would just abuse it.
I crave sweets after dinner so much, but I don't want to like dig into, there's some, it's called Nick's, just like the name, Nick.
The pancake stuff?
No, ice cream.
Oh.
And it's like 280 calories for the entire pint. Cookies and cream. It's not chalky. Like it tastes really good.
That's good.
I'm like, dude, that's like $5 a pint. I'm not driving to go drop $5 on a single pint that I'm going to demolish the entire thing when I get home. I need to get one of those creamies and just on rotation, keep it in the
Yeah.
freezer. And man, when we move and get a house, we're creaming it up, and then getting a Ninja Creamy.
I was about to say, what are you gonna get after that though?
Oh man, it's gonna be great. Those things are. Have you seen the Ninja Wood Fire?
Oh yeah.
Dude, you can hook in different meats and it'll tell you when to flip it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I love technology, man.
This is what technology should be used for.
Yep.
You know,
Like
100%.
It'll text you, oh, flip your steak, flip your chicken.
Yeah.
Like,
Flip your wife.
Huh?
It's not the only meat we're flipping, babe.
Oh God, what a great time to be alive.
Yes and no. Oh, by the way, not you or anybody. I'm not calling out anyway. I'm just saying, when we're having, that goes for anybody, right? If you guys are telling jokes to people, nobody's reciprocating, nobody's giving you a yes and, drop them. All right? You need people who can pile on your jokes and make them 1,000 times better. That's the only way the joke works.
Oh, you mean somebody who's like takes your joke and then like doubles down on it?
Yeah,
Back
give
at
you
you.
like
Okay,
a little
okay.
improv, a little back and forth, a little yes and, goes a long way, man. I'm telling you. I don't want to tell jokes where people don't laugh.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, I think people these days are too fucking scared. Like, is that okay for me to laugh at?
Oh, I'll call somebody and they just throwing the beeps right now. You know. Motherfucker. Beep, 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 beep.
Did you see that like in theater? It's not a trailer, but it's Wolverine and Deadpool, and it's Wolverine yelling
No,
at the
I have not
audience
watched
for
that. I haven't
No,
watched any of those either.
it's not a trailer. It's the like put your cell phone away and they shot a
Oh,
thing, and it's Wolverine, and he's just like, "Hey, dickhead, put your fucking phone away," and he just goes
pretty-
off on him, and it's
that's
so funny. Or did you see the popcorn bucket?
I did see the popcorn
I
bucket.
will be getting one.
And it's funny to think about that. Without the Dune popcorn bucket, this thing wouldn't have existed.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
that's doubling down on genius level like marketing tactic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, you guys are just too good, huh?
Yep. I think there's a solid chance that this movie, like in terms of numbers,
Probably.
this might, like Avengers level.
This could be one of the first movies they had in a while that hit the billion.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because for both the first two Deadpool movies being rated R and doing so well, this being like the slump that kind of Marvel's had the past couple of years, the exasperation for something kind of new and refreshing. Like, I feel like this is primed for it. Summertime, big box office, blockbuster, dude. This thing is gonna do numbers. I guarantee it.
Everybody loves both characters, Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yes, and played by great individuals. You know, super excited.
Oh, I'm so psyched. And dude, oh my God, I know we talked about it a little bit. My Hero. Have you watched any of it?
No, I've not caught up, man. I've seen a little bit with Stars and Stripes, though. I've seen a little bit with her.
Her power is so overpowered. Oh my God. I swear. You think
she only loses to plot, man.
One for All, that's crazy. And all these other powers, you're like, oh, they can't introduce anything crazier. Oh my God.
The thing that I've come to understand about powers, and what really changed my mind was Hunter x Hunter. Like the Nen chart, and like how everyone is born with it. Like, to me, All Might's power, One for All, is a full, like, that's a physical power, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some other quirks that have been passed down through, so I get that, but that's like a physical power perk. Something like Stars and Stripes, her power is like, that would be like a different Nen level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Be like, oh, she does this instead. Yeah, she's strong too because she's, she can also do that. But this is her main thing, is to like affect. I'm like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like all the powers in Dragon Ball Z are all physical powers. They're all strength. Like it makes sense.
It's when I watch that episode and they just come out and say it, and I'm like, and then she showcases it the first time. I'm like, holy! She definitely loses to plot.
Yeah, this is my issue with a lot of manga writing, is that like some fights just Makes sense, right? Some don't. And this is one of the ones I remember people being upset about. And I was like, yeah, that actually does kind of make sense because it's a pretty OP fucking power.
Yeah. Like beyond OP.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, they show all these heroes in Japan and it's like, oh, this is crazy. Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. This one just so far and beyond anything else. Like the only other one that was crazy was what's his name? The guy who could see like into the future.
Oh.
The guy who died.
Yeah. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, but that was another one. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh man, it's so good. And then I've been trying to avoid the Demon Slayer because it's only on Crunchyroll right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a subscription, so I'm gonna wait till it's done and then get the free trial and binge them all.
Oh yeah.
Because usually I watch it on Hulu, but they're not on Hulu yet.
Yeah.
But
I know, man. I've been severely because I just love One Punch Man because one, it's just it doesn't take itself seriously, and I love that. Two, season one has some of the best animation, some of the best fights. That final fight with Boros, dude, I constantly go back and rewatch that. It's just so dope. And the season two, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. The season two was like, okay, animation's a little lackluster, but it's still funny. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's what's good. And like, there's actually some super dope fights. So, yeah. Why have they not dropped season 3 yet?
Yeah.
It's been 12 years, man. Brother is waiting. You know, we still haven't got anything for Super Part 2. You know, sitting there waiting for all the shit with Moro and Granola. And I'm like, bruh, we should have had this shit animated already. We should have had the first season out like a year ago.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, man.
I don't know
this is gonna
Dragon Ball.
This is what's gonna redeem Super.
Yeah. Well, they're dropping Daima.
Yeah, Daima.
But I mean,
looks interesting, you know, but
I want some Moro, some granola and
we should have had it, man.
Dude, whatchamacall is coming out in what, 2 months? 2 months? Sparking Zero?
Oh. Because what did they say, October?
Oh, okay, not 2 months. I thought it was like early August.
There was a leak that said it's going to follow the same release pattern as the other Tenkaichi games, which are always the first week of October.
Okay, that's fine because it's going to be.
Oh yeah, October 1st.
Ooh, man, that's going to be great. Wow, that's going to be packed because I think Star Wars Outlaws is August, and then Sparking Zero. I feel like there's something else big coming out.
Space Marine 2. That's what I thought you were going to talk about.
Yes.
Because you said Sparking. I was like, oh, not Space Marine.
No, dude, Space Marine 2 is going to be incredible.
Yeah. I know we're not supposed to do the pre-order thing, man. I know.
But
I really want to pre-order this game, man. It looks super good. Yeah. The first one was super underrated. Oh, I'm going to wait though, man. Unless they show off something to me. If they show... Okay, here's the thing. I don't know anything about Warhammer. Literally zero. I know there's an Emperor. And I know there's factions of Marines that are different. The group of guys that I hope they're in this game from the start is the Great White Shark Space Marine dudes. It was like a full battalion of shark-themed Space Marines that have like shark armor and they have like a bunch of designs and shit. I want that armor because I love sharks. They're my favorite animals. All of them. Every single shark. I don't care what you are. You want to be a Wabagong? Go ahead. I love you. That's a real shark, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's the one that lays on the ground, they lay flat, but they have like the frilly bits, you know, and they kind of like sit and like.
Great whites are really cool.
That's what I'm saying. I want that from the start. If they had promised me that, I will pre-order this game. So I'm gonna hit up. I was gonna message the developer on Twitter, and I'm gonna see if they reply to me and give the information. I tell them if this is from the start, I will pre-order the most expensive edition of this game. I need to know if they're in the. I got to find out the name of I don't know what they're called. They're not called the Great White Sharks. Yeah, they're called like, you know, the
whatever
Frigate Commander. Yeah, I don't know how this shit works, man.
Faction or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I just know there's an Emperor, and that's about it.
The gameplay looks so good.
The hacking and the slashing and the cutting and the bolt guns and the fucking.
Man.
Oh, dude, there's nothing that, again, this is a universal feeling for men. You know what I'm saying? Is looking at something Warhammer and go, sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Charge
saying?
into
Like,
battle in a power suit and
hell
just
yeah.
wreck shit. Yeah. Are you gonna get it on PC? Because I'm kind
Where
of.
else am I gonna get it on, man? What am I, a plebe?
I don't know.
A plebeian?
I've got credit on PlayStation, and I'm like,
Coward.
I don't know.
Listen, I told you, I've transitioned to being a fully PC gamer. Look at the neckbeard, man.
No. Oh, I'm cramping. Oh.
My man is not hydrated.
Yeah, I feel pretty hydrated. I had electrolytes and.
I know I have some liquid IV that I'm gonna need one of those because
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hot week coming up, man.
I've been drinking 1 to 2 a day because like I'll have some in the morning, and then after I work out, like when I do the treadmill and whatnot, I get super sweaty. So, plus I started taking creatine.
Oh, so you're holding on to water a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how that feels in the next couple weeks.
You'll go up a couple pounds,
Well, yeah, that's all right. We shall see. But yeah,
you don't want to. I thought you didn't want to drink the creatinine because where it comes from.
No, that's the appeal.
It comes from the women's, and then you start beeping again. And then cut this part out from when we stop laughing, and and then you go, "Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. I heard about that.
That's wild."
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either, man.
Oh man, I'm just, yeah. I've been trying to eat a little healthier lately. Cut out the carbs.
Yeah, I cut down an hour on my fasting.
In terms of how long you fast, or
how long I have. Well, yeah. See, so it's 20 hours now. Is the fast.
Oh, okay.
So I get 4 hours of eating.
Nice.
Yeah, 8 to 12, man. 8 to midnight. So, because that's when I get off work, and I usually can get home and get dinner. So
I think it's good too, because like if you restrict when you eat, you can only eat so much in one sitting. So you're more likely to not like go over your calorie count or whatever. Yeah. So that's good.
And it's not like I binge, like go crazy when I only have those 4 hours. It's like I get dinner, and like if I finish before midnight, I might get like a peanut butter sandwich or something like that.
Dude, a good peanut butter sandwich.
Killer, dude.
Yeah. What do y'all think about peanut butter sandwiches or hydration? Hey, go drink some goddamn water.
Yes, that headache that you say you've had for the last 2 days.
Yep.
You haven't had a glass of water in a day and a half.
You're 4 cups of coffee in, a Monster energy drink, and then 6 sodas. Like, drink some water. Your liver's going through it.
This is my speed running cup, by the way. See how it says GDQ on it?
Ooh. Yeah. So that's part of the speed run. You got to finish the speed run and drink all of that before you're done.
This is 40 ounces, man.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to get some more water.
I'm hydrated.
I'm so psyched to get back in Destiny.
We're playing after this, right?
Yeah. Ooh, I got to make the bed.
Okay.
But we'll definitely play today. Yeah.
That's half an hour.
Yeah. I got to speed run the bed. There's like 8 pillows though.
Cutting laps on the bed.
I'm just
this guy's really running on the bed. Oh god, that sounds awful, dude. 30 minutes of that, I'd just rather die after like the 4th one. I'm like, I'd just rather die.
Have you seen that, like the double king bed in the first comments? Like, man, you got to Uber to the other side.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, that's crazy. I thought apparently there's a mattresses bigger than California kings. There's one that's like a Minnesota king or like a Wisconsin queen or something like that. It's like
Texan king.
No, it's not even. It's funny because I don't think there's something like that exists. Or probably is, but from what I saw, it was like Minnesota or some weird shit. I'm like, bro, who's the fuck is?
I mean,
yeah, let me go to my bed place and order a Minnesota king. I'm like, bro,
gonna have to get that boated over like King Kong, strapped to a ship. Oh man.
Yeah, you have it climb the Empire State Building.
Need a ladder to get on it.
Snatch a white woman up. Uh-oh. I know what that is. Yep. It's a little hot in the nostrils, man. A little stinging,
Yeah.
Like when you get that good mustard, it kind of like, it kind of pierces a little bit. It's like that's what it's like.
Oh,
or it's like Bruce from Finding Nemo, where he smells the blood.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
It's like you're a little proud of yourself, but also it's
yeah,
like,
you know how bad it is. Like if you're in
yeah.
like a semi-open building, you know, somebody would still smell that. Like that's how
Yeah.
bad it is.
Oh, I love it. We'll be in the car and I'll fucking yank one out.
That's fucked up.
And then I'll wait. I'll like I'll look at her, you know, if she's driving, or like I'll look over and then she'll go. I'll laugh and she's like,
Yeah, I don't. If I'm within a mile of a woman, I don't fart or poop. So, you know,
oh no, man, that's spreading the
that's just
love.
how I play it safe. You know, I cannot have a woman catch me with my pants down. So, not again. The judge said it was an accident.
By no fault of my own, Your Honor.
Yes.
Oh man.
No, Your Honor.
Uno reverse card.
You've activated my trap card. I pull 3 cards from my deck. Pot of greed.
He's got all 5 pieces of Exodia.
No, 6 pieces of Exodia, man.
Listen,
you forgot the
I
third
never
leg.
Played it. I never played it.
You never played with a third leg of Exodia? Oh, God.
Oh, God. All right, folks. You let us know what you think about hot farts and Exodia. Pants down. Huh? Go out there and hydrate.
Yes,
Go
please.
and subscribe and comment what you think about waffles and French toast and crepes.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
That's right. It's not up yet, but it will be.
We're doing full spreads there.
Huh? Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.